Semi-final soccer game. You are beaming with pride with the state title in view. Also, backlash from you is leading to changes at UMC. ABC-7 digging for details today on bonuses for the heads of the cash-strapped county hospital. A story has Alicia telling us, live by the blade, you die by the blade. She's talking about today's verdict in the Aaron Hernandez murder trial. You were leaving us all kinds of messages about the former NFL star.
Well, I don't know if he came here to test our Mexican food or our barbecue, but...
A Texas Monthly report saying El Paso does not have good barbecue. The story has everybody talking. Marcel saying, not surprised, I've had barbecue all over the U.S., Kansas City, South Carolina, East Texas. Nothing in EP really stands out. Michael disagrees. We have plenty of local talent that can smoke up some delicious cabrito. Nichole.
I'm tracking some isolated showers on Doppler radar and a cool front. What does that mean for the rest of your work week? That answer in Storm Track Weather.
It's all next on ABC-7 at 9. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley at Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us on ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Bob Harp with all the stories that have you buzzing on social media.
And I'm Nichole Gomez tracking what you're saying and a chance for rain in the borderland. Your forecast is coming up.
All right, we look forward to that. Thanks, Nichole. San Elizario soccer team winning again and will actually play for a state title. Now, the Eagles made history in dramatic fashion, beating Kilgore 5-1, advancing to the state championship game for the first time in the program's history. Let's go to Georgetown, Texas now for the 4A semifinals matchup today. San Eli's Marcos Utahara putting the Eagles up 1-0 with a shot, and just a minute later, Edgar Corral with a free kick 30-plus yards out. Kilgore, the goalkeeper, just couldn't handle the ball, and it would slip into the net. San Eli, by the way, Edwin Marquez for the Eagles, would get 3 goals in this game, again winning 5-1. So the Eagles will now play Friday at 1:20 in the afternoon against either Center or Liberty Hill for the state title. ABC-7 will, of course, be at the finals, and we will bring you the highlights and reaction. Speaking of reaction, Nichole, San Eli again winning the state title for cross country earlier this year, so the school actually has a chance to make it 2 state titles this year.
And you know the borderland is buzzing about the San Eli Eagles tonight, starting with Salvador, who says, wow, something about those Eagles. First, Canutillo came close in football, then Anderson basketball, now San Eli in soccer. And Marco says, good job, guys, making the community proud of you.
That's right. All 3 schools, Eagles, by the way, if you didn't know. Hey, Alma also showing her support. Way to go, Mighty Eagles. Isabel writing, great, way to go. And Jesse commenting, the year of the Eagle. Jose saying, go Eagles, bring the state championship home.
And from Edward, represent.
I think Edward's keeping it clean, simple, and pretty good. Represent. How about that? Hey, don't forget about the Horizon High School soccer team. The Scorpions left today for the semifinals game against Georgetown Eastview. That game, again, is tomorrow at 6:30 in the evening. If the Scorpions win, they, too, play for a state title game. How cool. All right, another news tonight, Behind the Buzz. An update right now on a woman stabbed just after 5 o'clock this morning. This on the 1300 block of Myrtle in central El Paso. Police now saying she should be okay. But police also say the 24-year-old woman was simply walking down the street when 2 men who were strangers to her came up to her and said, give us your backpack. Well, when she said no, police say one of the men stabbed her twice. Still no arrests. Also an update now on an Isleta Middle School student who allegedly threatened to kill people at the Lower Valley School. Now, we are following allegations that the boy posted disturbing photos to his Facebook page and planned to shoot his classmates, 2 administrators, and a teacher. We know he is not charged with the crime, and YISD won't say if the student is being punished. The school district is saying the investigation continues and ensures all the parents that Isleta Middle School remains safe. However, what about the district waiting a full week to tell the parents this even happened?
Still gathering information. As I talked to a couple of parents today, that was a great question, and it is a great question. However, you don't want to start sending out information if you don't have all the information, because then it just leads to more questions. So we're in a position at that time, yesterday afternoon, where we had enough facts to move forward.
Also, classes back on schedule at the Northeast El Paso Community College campus. Classes did not begin today until 5:30. EPCC saying a surge knocked out power to the Trans Mountain campus yesterday. Electric crews installed a temporary fix until they can find out what caused the problem and then fix it permanently. The truck driver who hit and killed an El Paso police officer, Angel Garcia, 3 years ago, took the stand today in court. Harvey Hall and the company he worked for are being sued by the officer's family for $30 million. Harvey told the court today, just like their son did not deserve to get killed, I did not deserve to go through this. Hall was very emotional as the prosecution and defense asked him about the chain reaction wreck. It happened in September 2012 when Officer Garcia walked into the middle of I-10 without setting up flares to get a ladder out of the path of traffic. Hall later went on to say when he came up over the Hawkins overpass, the sun blinded him and he crashed into the vehicles in front of him, and those vehicles hit the officer. He told the court he jumped out of his truck and asked Officer Garcia if he could hear him. Hall says Garcia never answered. When the defense asked Hall what he thought about the reenactment video made by police, which the plaintiffs say shows Hall is to blame, Hall said, I was just amazed how far they would go to pin this on me. The trial continues tomorrow morning. Also out of the courtroom today, former New England Patriots star Aaron Hernandez will spend the rest of his life behind bars. A Massachusetts jury found him guilty of first-degree murder today. The 25-year-old Hernandez was convicted of shooting 27-year-old Odin Lloyd in the summer of 2013. Now, Aaron is joining our Facebook discussion tonight, a different Aaron, of course, saying he got what he deserved, period. Definitely a waste of talent. And Freddie is saying, what a shame. We also have a comment from Adriana, who's saying, once a thug, always a thug. And from Martin, unfortunately, you can take the kid out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the kid. Another talent wasted to criminal activity. Shame.
There was some alarm last year over the fact that there were so many layoffs, and yet, the whole leadership team still received bonuses.
That is County Judge Veronica Escobar here in El Paso speaking to ABC-7 today about what it will take for UMC CEO Jim Valenti to get a hefty bonus like he did last year. Remember, he got nearly $120,000 months after 56 employees were laid off. Now he has to meet 2 performance requirements before getting any incentive pay. They deal with finances and quality. ABC-7's Pilar Arias continues our complete coverage. Difficulties with Pilar's
I think the
story.
criticism was not so much about the pay or the incentive pay, but it was, how do you receive incentive pay? How do you as a board okay incentive pay in the face of huge cutbacks, but also, sort of the hospital being downgraded so frequently in their bond rating?
University Medical Center has been under the microscope a lot in the past year. Not just for tackling a massive debt owed by its neighbor, El Paso Children's Hospital, but for executives earning hundreds of thousands in bonuses while laying off dozens and suffering a credit downgrade.
Did appreciate the emphasis on the finances.
This fiscal year, there's been a big change about how CEO Jim Valenti can receive his incentive pay. For Valenti to get any bonuses, he must avoid another downgrade in the hospital's bond rating and maintain the Joint Commission certification at the hospital. Valenti's goals are divided into 4 categories. Of course, patient care is one of the top priorities, including decreasing wait times here at the emergency room. Then there's quality, his normal performance goals, and of course, ensuring the financial health of the hospital.
This set of goals focuses on patient satisfaction. That is the theme, and I think he's been working toward that.
Judge Escobar believes the goals will help carry both UMC and Children's into the future. Pilar Arias, ABC-7.
Thanks so much for that, Pilar. Also, a story that you will see only on ABC-7 tonight has Mighty Bell saying that's so cool, and Chris saying that would be awesome. Sun Metro is exploring the idea of paying for the development of a mobile application to make its mass transit system more user-friendly. The organization has looked into an app in the past, but officials said it had been too expensive. Now they're revisiting that idea. From Everett tonight, another suggestion for Sun Metro: run the buses after 2 a.m. so tipsy hipsters can get home safely. Let's get your storm track weather. First forecast right now, we have social media goddess and storm tracker Nichole Gomez on duty. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, thanks.
Good. Let's talk about that forecast. We've been tracking some isolated showers throughout the afternoon, and we still have some light activity tracking through the borderland, but mainly what we are seeing is wind from these showers. So we'll zoom in just a little closer again around El Paso, Las Cruces, seeing a little bit of green develop here, and also along the Sacramento Mountains, but we're not seeing any major storms with these showers here. Notice that rain tracking through eastern portions of our county along I-10, Van Horn. Again, just light rainfall. As far as tonight, we still have wind gusts around 35 miles per hour with winds around 15 to 25 miles per hour. Currently at the airport here in El Paso, we're at 18. Lighter in Las Cruces, 18 Guadalupe Pass. Our region wind gusts much lighter than they were throughout the afternoon, but still up in Deming and Ruidoso in the 20s. But coming up, we'll talk about the isolated showers and thunderstorms we're tracking. I'm also tracking a cold front. I'll tell you what that means for the rest of your work week. We'll also take a look at your weekend forecast. That's all coming up, Bob.
All right, Nichole, you're in El Paso. Stay right there. This story has everybody talking. A Texas Monthly report saying El Paso does not have good barbecue.
And a lot of you at home agree. Isabel goes on to say, well, I seem to love everything about El Paso. However, there's no good barbecue. Nothing to get excited over.
And Alex says barbecue in El Paso is horrible, especially in comparison to joints in Austin. All right, here's what the owner of the Rib Hut near Mesa and Cincinnati has to say about it.
You know, we've been in business 30 years, and I think our customers speak for itself.
And that was Brenda Hayes. Now, she says, hold up, wait a minute, saying even the USB-C bowlers in town from all over the country have said they've had really good barbecue here. So in the latest edition of the Texas Monthly magazine, reporter Daniel Vaughn wrote this: with such a long history of smoking briskets, you'd think that they would have gotten it right by now. Maybe it's the elevation, the dry desert air, or even the mountain time zone. But I've had better luck locating kolaches in New York City than I have finding good barbecue in El Paso, Texas. What? No, man.
I don't know. I'm not crazy about barbecue, but hey, Mike believes State Line is basically cooked meat with hardly any flavor smothered in barbecue sauce. Rib Hut is the same thing. Barbecue meat drenched in sauce. But Jesse says Rib Hut is legit. They actually smoke their meat still, always order with the sauce on the side. That's the trick.
That is the trick, according to him. And Michael's saying, well, we may not have many local joints serving up what they consider great barbecue, but I guarantee we have plenty of local talent that can smoke up some delicious cabrito. Laura commenting, El Paso is known for Mexican food, not barbecue.
And Jose says Tony's definitely. Christopher telling us hard to find great barbecue consistently on El Paso, or in El Paso, we should say.
And Jeanette suggesting Famous Dave's is good. Angel writing, I think the Texas Roadhouse has some really good barbecue. I can't really speak for the other places. All right, we know you have a lot to say. This discussion is still a hot one. At Facebook, join us. Hey, big news for the UTEP basketball team. The British are coming. Well, at least one of them. Not wearing a red shirt. He's a blue shirt. Okay, in this picture anyway. I'll tell you all about the latest player to sign with the Miners coming up, Nichole.
And our temperatures were in the 80s today, but I am tracking a cold front. I'll let you know what that means. A cool down is on the way. Details in Storm Track Weather.
This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. You don't just watch the news here. You are the news. We'll be right back.